will get started here. Again, I appreciate your time. So what we're going to go through today is we'll spend a few minutes running through some PowerPoint slides for you, just to give you a quick idea of what we're going to talk about, what the really the use cases are for this product, and then we'll spend hopefully the next 23 or 24 minutes or so walking you through the product, giving you an idea of what the look and feel is like, and we'll save some time for questions. If there aren't any questions, what I'll do is just quickly run through, if we have time, what some of the frequently asked questions are, so that we can give you an idea of what other people have asked in the past. So from introductions, my name is Paul Stas, so I'm the lead sales executive for DBOX here at Ceradex. Ceradex has been providing manufacturing organizations in a number of different verticals, so your typical wood, millwork, flooring, furniture, as well as other custom applications with ERP software solutions for the last 25 years or so. And what we launched last year was a new product that we call DBOX, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So we'll give you an overview of what DBOX is about and what it's trying to accomplish. And as I said at the end there, we'll save some time for questions and next steps. So let's talk a little bit about your customers' expectations and customer service. So we found this stat online that says that 90% of customers now expect a brand or organization to offer a self-service customer support portal. I think everybody on the line would agree that that's not the case for every industry. It very well may not be in yours, but the fact that we're all the way up to 90%, I think is pretty staggering, and it also gives you a very good idea of which direction the industry is headed here. So 90% expect a self-service portal of some kind so that they can log in online and get access to information. And what does that mean for you? So on the left here we say 78% of customers have backed out of a transaction because of a poor service experience. 86% of buyers will pay more for a better customer experience. And then a staggering 81% of companies with strong capabilities in customer experience are outperforming their competition. So this gives you a good idea of what's in it for you. Why would I spend my time improving the way that my customers buy from me? So customer service today in most of the industries that we're talking about are really, you've got your email communication and you have your phone communication. So a customer will log on to your website or they'll already have you in their phone. You're going to be calling in a generic phone number, and you will get options like search by name directory, or dial 1 for Jim, 2 for Tony, and 3 for Carol, so on and so forth. Or you're sending emails to sales at, or customer service at, or billing at, or admin at, so on and so forth. So it's not personalized, it's not customized, and then in a lot of cases, if you've fired off an email to one of these email addresses, you have no way of following up. You have no way of knowing if somebody is working on your case or your problem, and you don't know the status of it. So I guess the benefit is a lot of the people in your industry are in the exact same boat. This is how most organizations deal with customer service today. So what we're proposing here is that you find a new way for people to answer these kinds of questions. Where's my stuff? I need a repair, or I need a copy of my estimate or my invoice. So now your competitors will still be doing it the old way, and we're not recommending that you take those options away. People should still be able to email you if that's what they've been doing, or they should be able to call you if that's how they want to resolve a problem or get a question answered. But what we think you should do is add on a new way for them to get these answers, and that's our web-based portal. So that, in a nutshell, is DBOX. DBOX is an add-on to your existing customer service that is now being done online. So we have this definition up here in the top left corner. So DBOX is a self-service customer and dealer portal with add-ons to delight your customers, reduce your costs, and help drive your company's growth. So what it does is, as I said, it's web-based, it's existing in the cloud, and it will integrate with your back-end database to provide real-time data from the web so that your customers can access it anywhere and on any device. Now, it does a lot more than just that. So there's multiple different modules that you can have. The first one that we'll talk about today is the service desk, where people can log on and submit tickets, claims, questions, so on and so forth. You also have order entry, where you can log in and look at product config or estimates that have been done. You can edit them. And we'll talk about CRM as well, customer relationship management, and this really is a set of tools for your sales teams so that they, from the road, can now access all of their customer information so they can be more effective when they're out in the field. Now, what we won't talk about today is the roadmap. So DBOX today has those modules, but over time we will be adding other modules that as you grow, you can grow with us in this product and start adding on things like HR applications or document approval, or if you have any other great ideas, make sure you let us know because we can incorporate that into our product roadmap. So I'm going to show you a few things today, and I may not always be speaking your language because DBOX can be a lot of things for a lot of different people. So up in the top right here, you've got customers and dealers. So sometimes you're in a B2C environment. Maybe they're major customers, maybe there's repeat business. Other times you're working through dealers that are selling on your behalf. Maybe you don't call them dealers. They could be partners. Maybe they're contractors. Maybe they're designers. So as I said, I may not be speaking your language, but try to keep in mind that this is a good tool for a variety of different environments. So at times you'll only be able to see your specific accounts, your specific activities. If I'm a designer, I shouldn't be seeing stuff that somebody else is working on. However, if I'm an employee, I can see everybody's activities, all of our accounts, and all of our activities. So as an employee, you'll be able to see more information than if you were just a dealer, or if you're logged in as a web admin. That's where you'll be able to see everybody's activities, everybody's accounts, and you can even go in and edit and change some of the fields so that you're using terminology that you use in your business. Don't call somebody a dealer if they're a designer, as an example. So that's basically it for the PowerPoint slides for now. What I'm going to do here quickly is log into our DBOX platform. So what you see up on the screen right now is, our main landing page, and so, your customers or your dealers, they're not downloading software. It's not something that they need to run. This would just be a link from your website. So in the top right-hand corner, it would say, login, vendor login, partner login, whatever you choose, really. And this, blue screen and all of these jagged lines, that's our branding. So we would actually have this branded for you, and I've pulled up and just pasted a picture. This is an example as one of our existing customers. So you log in to their website, you click up in the top right-hand corner, it takes you to this page, and as you can see, this is nice and customized for them, great look and feel, and it is not just for us. So coming back over to this page, so you've got your login and password, and what you can do down here in the bottom right-hand corner is hit register if you don't already have one. So that's how your new customers would log in. And so once I click login, I come into this main landing page, and as I said, this is now customized as if I was one of your customers. So I'm logging in as a customer. I can only see my account. To give you a quick idea of the look and feel, up here in the right-hand corner, you can log out, change your password, or edit your profile. It is important to have profiles edited and up to date because you can request to be contacted in a few different places inside the portal. And if we have if you have your customers' most up-to-date contact information, you'll be able to get in touch with them however they've requested. This also, if you have the CRM module, is automatically uploaded so that you're able to keep track of customer contact information that way. Just to the left of that, you've got this little question mark here. It's your help menu. So this will take you to a new page. On the right here, you can submit feedback to us on the portal. And then right here, this is a document repository. This is a great tool to use. So this is where you would upload product catalogs, product brochures, information, side-by-sides, environmental sustainability information, case studies, references, sample images, sample jobs that you've done, so on and so forth. The more information that you have up here, the better. I'll give you an example. If one of your designers or one of your vendors is sitting down with one of their customers and they want to show them samples, they can come here and quickly get access to all of your brochures, your past jobs, so on and so forth. If they can't go here, maybe they're going to your website, or maybe they're just going to something like House and looking at jobs that other people, your competitors, have done. So this is a great way to give your partners, your dealers, your designers, access to a ton of great information, and it's available anywhere from the web. Now, over here on the left-hand side is frequently asked questions section, and this is something that's really more meant to keep your users up to date on how to use DBOX. So if they have frequently asked questions about how to use the portal, this is where they would get access to that information. So I'll come back out to the main screen here. Now, over here up in the top left-hand corner, this is your main menu. So by clicking on here, this will jump out, and from there you can go to Home, which is this screen over here. You can go into My Info, which is also a shortcut into your profile, and then this is where you would see the different DBOX modules that you currently have set up. And again, as an example, here I am logging in as maybe a designer or as a dealer. I'm only seeing transactions, service desk, and customer summaries. But if you have the CRM module enabled and you're logging in from your office as an employee, you would have more menus here than your customers are seeing. So to give you a quick idea, again, we said earlier, where's my stuff? How much do I owe? Where's my invoice? Those kinds of questions. This is how you would get access to that. So as an example, I'll start down here in customer summaries. I jump in here and I can quickly see all of my open invoices, all of my paid invoices, any payments that have been made, including things like the method of payment, and then if there are any shipments in the system, this is where you'd be able to log in and actually see, packing slip, tracking number, and shipping methods. Not all of our customers use all of these screens, but some of them are very, very useful. So under the customer summaries, as I said, you're able to see the status of your invoices, payments, and shipments. So, where are the copies of my bills? What do I owe? How much do I owe? Have you cashed this? So on and so forth. This is where you get access to those questions. Now, coming back out to that home screen, what I'll do next is log into Service Desk. And so this is customizable, but what this provides you with, and I'll actually walk you through the process quickly, is a way for your customers to submit tickets to you or to submit sample requests. You can customize what you want. So the setup that we have here is there was an issue during installation. I'd like to be contacted by a member of your team. I'd like to submit a warranty claim. You can put in, I would like to request samples. I would like this. I would like that. It's up to you. But then once you've clicked on that and you hit next down here in the right corner, a second screen will pop up. So now we can get a little bit more specific. The customer can put in their order number, or they could just say, I don't know, if they don't have it handy. My PO number is. You don't need to fill in all of these screens if you don't have the information. The option to add additional information. The designer might say, I'm working on multiple projects with this customer, and they'd be able to click through and you can attach different files. So I won't submit that. What I'll do instead is just show you quickly. Once that's logged in, you then have access to a ticket. So as I said earlier, if somebody submits an email request to customer service, it's now gone. It's out of their hands. Whereas here they'd be able to log in and see the status of it, the information, if there's been any comments or feedback from your team. So as an example here, we still need to inspect damage for authorization. They've been able to put up different images or attachments so we can see the warranty claim here, and maybe you've given them a form that they've been able to download. A number of different options for you. And then again, down here, we've got their contact information, and then they're also able to tell you when and how they want to be contacted. So if one of your repeat customers has an issue, or if there's a number of tickets that are outstanding, being able to provide this kind of information up front is very valuable. And again, it's not just for things like warranty claims. This could be requests for samples, or really any questions that might be relevant for your business, whether you're in kitchens, cabinets, flooring, furniture. So that gives you a quick idea of what Service Desk is. And then what we also have here is this transactions menu. So by clicking in there, you'd be able to see any estimates that have been created for your jobs. You can save multiple different versions there, different labels, and then once you click on them in here, so it'll open up a new screen. We do have a product configurator, but I'm not going to talk about that just yet. So I'll minimize that. So if you haven't included the order entry module, this little bar here would not exist, but you would still be able to log in and see the status of your estimate, what your costs are. If you're requesting discounts, as an example, it could be waiting for approval. And then inside here, you can submit comments and go through and add in, you know, I need a 30% discount to meet customers' budget. You can upload attachments, so on and so forth, or you know, if you're still brainstorming about changes, this is where you would be able to add in a question like, you know, have a look at this door. Can you create something just like it? Something along those lines. So that'll give you an idea of what you can do here on the estimates page. And then by going into the sales orders section here, you'd be able to see a history of what has been passed from the estimate section into the sales order process. So a great way to see what kind of business that you've done, and we'll also see the, you know, the value of that at the next screen that we go to. So what I really just walked you through, again, not including that order entry section, is base DBOX. So if you sign up for DBOX, you want to give your customers and even maybe your salespeople easy access to this kinds of information. This is what comes out of the box, no customization. And if you only have a few customers, and what I mean by a few is if you're looking at under 100 customers, so under 100 accounts being created, you're looking at about a $1,950 setup fee, and then an ongoing cost of $340 a month. Luckily for you, you've joined us for that webinar, or for this webinar, so that $1,950 install fee is going to be cut in half, and we'll offer it to you for $900. So $900 setup, and then $340 a month ongoing. That includes your support, any new enhancements that we come out with, any product changes, so on and so forth, that's all included. So what I'm going to do quickly here now is log out, and I'm going to log back in as myself. And so what I'm going to show you now is what this looks like if one of your employees were logging in. So we're not looking at dealers or end users and customers anymore. Now what I want to show you is what my salespeople will see. So over here, as I said, I've now got this CRM icon on the list. So by clicking on that, I then have dashboard, accounts, activities, leads, and opportunities. So we'll start off at the dashboard. So what this comes up is all of my to-do list, and I'll show you where that comes from later. It shows our pipeline, so how many leads, how many opportunities, how many sales orders, how many estimates, how many new accounts we've found, what opportunities are our top opportunities that we're working on, the leads that we have in the system, any new accounts that we've created. It'll also give me a quick breakdown of, you know, where our sales are coming from, parts, products. You know, for you, it could be, you know, if you're a furniture company, you could be looking at tables versus chairs versus shelving, so on and so forth. And then it will give you a running total of what your sales are per month. So great dashboard for an owner, a vice president, a controller, a sales team, so on and so forth. And what you can do directly from this screen or from over here on your menu is then go in for a bit of a deeper dive. So let's say I want to go into my accounts. We'll pull this up, and I can look up, as an example, Derek's Doors, which is the customer that I was in before. I can click onto Derek's Doors. It's going to pull up exactly where that customer is, or where that retailer is, or where that distributor is, and give me any opportunities that we're working on, any contacts that we have inside the account, any activities that we've had. You know, I met with this person for an estimate on site, blah, blah, blah. Any leads that exist, estimates, sales orders, service orders, and then, of course, where they are on the map. So that will give you, you know, that one-stop shop type feel of everything to do with that one account. And then, of course, once you're in there, you could drill down in deeper. or if you just want to see a big summary of all opportunities or all leads, you can just go to that main menu. So here we only have one, it's just our sample, but you could have a much more all-encompassing list there. So I'm going to come back out to the dashboard. So as I said, you can go through that main menu, or you can click here to view all leads, or at this little plus sign if you just want to create a new one. And then once you're inside there, we'll give you an idea here. So I'm going to go into activities. I am going to click on this one here for Jeff Bridges. And this is really a spot now where you'd be able to add in account information, contact information, add in customer comments, and then you can fill out the rest of these fields to provide any more information, attachments, etc. And then once that's saved, you can also assign it to other members of your team. And as I mentioned earlier, when you're in, sorry, I'll just back all the way back out here. So once you've assigned an activity, or if you're in a lead and you need somebody to follow up, or if you're working on an opportunity and you've created a task for somebody else in your team, that's what's populating this to-do list over here on the left-hand side. And so then I would be able to go in and see, what actions I need to take as a salesperson or as a designer or whatever the case may be to help really drive business and increase sales. So in a nutshell, a very quick overview, you've now seen what DBOX is. So question that I got asked the other day is, how will this save me money and how will it make me money? So this will save you money by automating some of your customer service for your major accounts or your major partners, distributors, designers. Once they start using this, and we give you tools to help them use it, training videos, so on and so forth, rather than calling into your customer service or your billing teams, they can access the information themselves, which saves you time. Not only can you then use that time to go do other things, but then the customer inquiries or the questions that do need your involvement, you can get to that much faster because your phone isn't ringing off the hook with other questions. So you can use your time a little bit better, but then you're also resolving your customers' complaints that much faster. So that's how it's going to save you money. And then how is it going to make you money? I mean, obviously, if you're saving time, it's making you money. But your CRM tools that we went through over here, this is a great tool set for your salespeople to use. So they can access this anywhere. They can get onto it from a tablet, from a smartphone, from a computer. They can do it at a customer site as long as they've got, data or internet access. It will make them a lot more productive. It will also make your organization look a little bit more polished, a little bit more professional. So very useful in that sense. And then the final note would be, this is all done on a subscription basis. You're paying a monthly fee. We have many customers who have been contemplating refreshing their ERP system or buying a new ERP system, or maybe they're using QuickBooks or they're just using spreadsheets and they're about to start using a lot more. But it's tough to make $150,000 or a $250,000 investment into an ERP system. This is almost like a light version of your ERP system. And then once you're up and running on this, transitioning from DBOX to a full-scale Ceradex ERP system is seamless, very painless, and you can just kind of go department by department and start integrating other options. So, that kind of does it in a nutshell. We have 4 more minutes here today, so I haven't seen any new questions pop up. So I'll start talking about some of the frequently asked questions that we have. One of the ones that we hear often is, does it take a lot to set up? Or how long is implementation? And we have a very good answer for you there. From the day that you sign on the dotted line, you're likely looking somewhere between 1 and 3 weeks for setup. That will depend on what systems you have in place today, how we want to upload the data, but ultimately it is very easy and very painless. So you've got great support from our team, and it's a pretty short time frame. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we do give you resources for training and onboarding. So we give you some videos that you can pass off to your clients, and then we'll help you send out a newsletter to them as well, so they know that they now have this tool that they can log into from your website, and they've got videos that show them how to use it. So pretty easy setup. We have a lot of customers that say, I don't know if this will work for us. We're using an old system. This is designed to work really well with old systems. So let's keep that in mind. Another question here is, you mentioned connected to a database. Does it need a database? So no, it doesn't. We have some customers that use this, and all that they do is they populate a spreadsheet. We've created a custom button for them. They click that spreadsheet, and then all of a sudden all of their data is available in DBOX. So that's a small to mid-sized customer. I would say more on the smaller side. But when their customers log in from their website and they log into this portal, it doesn't feel like they're small anymore. They look big, they look polished. It's just as good as what online services are available from, major ERP solutions, even up to the point where you could be spending in the millions of dollars for them. So, this is designed for that small to mid-sized user that either does not have a back-end ERP or just has a mid-sized ERP. Another question is, we ask, does it work on mobile or tablet devices? I'll give you an example. We have a current customer that has just rolled out tablets for their salespeople. And so yes, this works. Depending on the size of your screen, your menus might look a little bit different. So I'll give you a quick example here. If I increase my zoom, all of a sudden I've now eliminated some of my screens. And I can scroll down for you, and you'll see that it now just appears down below instead. So it doesn't really matter the size of your screen, doesn't matter what device you're using on, your look and feel will still ultimately be the same, even if these little tiles end up being placed a little bit differently on the screen. So an excellent tool if people are using their mobile device or tablets. One question that really does come up very often, and I covered it in this webinar, but I will repeat it anyways. People say, I want to give my salespeople, my designers, my partners, easy access to information. And what I mean by that is sales tools, brochures, presentations, frequently asked questions. I don't want somebody to have to call my sales guys to ask them questions when they can just get the answers themselves. So I'll reiterate that if you go and you click on this help button over here, this document section for some of our customers is extremely valuable. And this is empty just because of who I'm logged in as. So you can control who sees what, as an example. And so here we just don't have any documents for me. So you would be able to very easily add them. So by clicking up here on the right-hand side to give you a look and feel, you can create the title. So side by side chair options. And then you'd be able to put in a short description, gives an overview of chair materials by style. And maybe this is just a PDF document or what have you, but you'd be able to sort that by category. And then as I said down here, you can select who can see this. So if it's something that you only want your sales reps to see, not something that you want customers or partners to see, you can do that. But as I mentioned, we have one customer in particular that comes to mind that really uses this portion of the DBOX portal extensively. It's almost the only reason that they wanted it. They wanted a quick and easy login for their partners to get access to all of their corporate materials. Okay, so I've now gone 1 minute over. It's 2:31. Really, I guess in closing, what I'll say is we appreciate your time. We hope that this was an informative 30 minutes where you were just quickly able to get a general idea of what DBOX looks like. This would be a great add-on to an existing ERP. It would be a great bridge to a new ERP, or it could just be a tool that you add on to an ERP system that you're completely satisfied with, but you want to improve your customer experience and you want to give your customers and your dealers and your contractors and your designers more tools. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to follow up with me by email. Happy to do a deeper dive into any of these, and mention that the base model you're looking at about $340 a month. and with that discounted startup fee of $900, it's easy to get into, but I would be able to give you any more pricing information if you wanted to look into the CRM as an example. So with that, I will just say thanks again for your time. I went 2 minutes over, so I apologize for that, but if you sign up with DBOX, we'll make it up to you. So thanks. Hope you guys have a great day.